Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today we jump back into our Let's Play of Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. And we are at a place where the rubber meets the road, my friends. This is maybe the most important turn movement of the game. You say, Dojo, you're being over dramatic. Maybe. But the point is, this is very, very important where we sit, and that is at Army Group Center. Yet to move 3rd Panzer in our beautiful neon green, and 2nd Panzer in a very nice neon blue color. We have got to get around Smolensk and put pressure on the Soviets, maximum pressure here. Schwerpunkt has got to happen at this point. What we're going to be trying to accomplish now, third has been probing up here, probing. But as you can see, it is just terrible, terrible terrain north and northeast of Smolensk. All right. The best terrain on the map in the center for the Panzers is really out here to the east and to the south of Moscow. This kind of approach from the southeast is the best terrain. Now you have to go over the Oka River, which is a major river, very difficult to attack over, and the Soviets will be thick as thieves down here. That being said, though, we still have, I mean, we've got to come to Moscow some way, right? There's no great way to go to it. Um, We've got to get in and around Smolensk here. Now, we still have this swamp to deal with. There is, some heavy woods, but once we're past this swamp right here, we've got a nice road this way and a nice road this way. We've got some light woods. We've got a lot of clear. We've got good rail for when we follow on with our freight. Freight. I remembered to say it. Instead of saying supply, I actually said freight this time. But the point being is we need to push right back here. And by doing that, I think we can also take Smolensk with nary a shot or only a few because it's going to become very apparent to either a human or an AI Soviet player that we will have them surrounded at Smolensk. And you would be talking 10 to 15 potential divisions being pocketed. Now, it came up in the comments, and hey, I love the discussion back and forth about the game, but it came up in the comments. Dojo is maybe doing some attacks and routing units when he could be pocketing them, and it's a fair criticism for sure. Now, I know some people play the game online and elsewhere where they're just trying to get these big pockets, and then they say, look at this big pocket that I made. Isn't that beautiful? And it does look nice for sure, and it's cool when you follow on and you then mop that up, and it's very easy. You just do some hasty attacks and everybody's surrendering, and it's kind of fun. I've always found, at least in the first game, that slowed me down. On the first turn, of course, you want to pocket as much as you can in the center, just because there's so many troops, there's so much that you can pocket. After that, I kind of feel, and this is just my opinion, hell, who am I? But it's just my opinion that after that, it's kind of a glory move, if I could put it that way, in that when you think about building a pocket like that, it takes one turn to do it, and oftentimes you're making non-optimum moves with certain units to make that pocket. You're getting them way out of position, or you're instead of moving east, you're moving south and west, to make this really beautiful pocket. And then you've got it, you come to the next turn, and then you spend that whole turn kind of, dealing with the units in the pocket. Then you spend the third turn moving back to where the units could have been on the first turn. I've always felt like it wastes a lot of time to make these big, beautiful pockets. Sometimes I've joked around about being a great haberdasher. But in all seriousness, if you can make one and you're not, getting way out of position to do it and it makes sense, of course, make one. If you can, all the Soviet troops you can cut off, do it. I always think more about moving as far east and northeast out of the center as I can every move. And by threatening pockets. Now, we threatened some pockets up here, and I feel like we've completely gotten the Soviets out of position. Now, ultimately, here in the center, I feel like the threatened pocket. Now, we took Vitebsk with nothing, essentially, Vitebsk there with nothing. I believe we'll take Smolensk with almost nothing, almost no shots being fired. They may have just kind of a show me force left here at Smolensk, but we're going to get them retreating this way to avoid this pocket around Smolensk. And to me, many times that's even more effective than the pocket itself, because as the Soviets retreat up here into this forest, let's say, you get them defending nothing, or at least nothing you care about. And so they're retreating to get out of a pocket, and you end up with this just huge mass of Soviet forces here. Well, Moscow is here, and Leningrad is here, and if the main Soviet defense is here, you've won. You've won. What are they defending? Of course, they do have more troops to eventually counterattack. But let me tell you, through early 19 to mid 1943, you have such superior forces up here in the north and the center with the German main divisions that if the Soviets want to attack you, they're playing your game. I mean, they're going to be taking 6-1, 8-1, 10-1 losses. You want them to counterattack you because they essentially can't hurt you and they're just throwing troops in the grist mill. Eventually, they'll end up losing more troops that way than you could ever have pocketed. All right. So that's just my general big overall thought on that. Does that make it right? I think in the first game, it definitely was correct. I have not played a full game of this War in the East 2 yet. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing that with you. I have not played in advance. I have not tested all of the old stuff I used to do. I'm trying to do, kind of the same overall strategy, but the game has changed enough that, for instance, in the North, I know I'm grinding a little bit more than I would. Now, I still think we're in great shape, but I find that this approach here to the west of Lake Peepus is going much better. This approach to the east of the Twin Lakes is a little more bogged down. Now, will that continue? Will, we be able to get to Novgorod here within the next couple of turns, which is what I would hope to do? Maybe. I mean, we still got to get this big breakthrough here. In the center, I find that they're got a better line here around Smolensk. Generally, I feel like they're a little weaker here, more to the north, and they're trying to build more around the city. I feel like the AI has said Smolensk is a big red flag, and we're going to build lines all around it. And I feel like once I can break through that to the south and the north of the city, threaten an encirclement, it may be off to the races because I think we will really break whatever AI defensive algorithm that there is. Now we'll see about that. I don't know. The Soviets could very well throw up just an incredible line of defense here, and I'll say, well, okay, on to the next idea. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, fourth is seeing very little resistance here. I mean, we got across the Dnieper as easy as you please, right? And we'll be pushing on. Now, I will be interested with the new point system of Tula, Orel. How much of a maybe they're just dropping a ton of defense back here to these victory point locations. Maybe. I don't know. As I said, I have not played the game in advance. I'm not going through here following some kind of script I've written to show you, quote unquote, how smart I am. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm trying to play the game the best way I can, or the best way I know how based on the first game and what I've learned about this game. And we shall see. We shall see. And that's the fun part. What is there anything I really wanted to do here? No. I want to move troops. But before I move our panzers, I did want to come back here and move Second Army, and I did want to look at this very quickly. Okay, I just wanted to make sure when I started up the game, I saw this unit back here, and I thought because I was kind of zoomed out a little bit, and I thought, why have we not moved this? Well, we have. We have. The point has been brought up on the Discord that we got to be careful about overstacking the bases near the front lines because they draw a lot of supply. Uh, oh shit. Freight. They draw a lot of freight. I was doing so well. They draw a lot of freight and it could draw it away from your main units. I understand the concern. I'll say this, I've got all of our air on supply priority 2. And so I've got all of the Panzer units at a better supply priority. I have started to think about having the air be on a 2, infantry on a 3, depending. You know, if you have infantry that's not quite as in the fray, they could be a 2 as well. And then all the panzers on a 4. I'm still messing around with that in my head. We'll see. We'll see. We don't have to worry about that till the end of this turn, and we'll go and set supply priorities again. We'll go look at refit statuses again, and we'll kind of go from there. But let's move Second Army. Let's get it cooking. I'm still P what's the right word for it? This is a PG-13 broadcast about those 2 railroad units that I could have stuck into Fourth Army here, but are out here at Corps headquarters because of an itchy trigger finger that I've got. Okay, let's move. Let's do it. Now, what are we doing here with second? We're coming straight for Gomel. And when we get to Gomel, again, I used to not even think twice about Kursk, but I think second's just going to keep pushing towards Kursk. We're going to try to take Kursk and Kharkov with Second Army. And so, really, they're going to be out here on their own to some degree. We can't allow the Soviets to sneak behind us. I'm going to keep moving. As a matter of fact, let's just move this security unit up here and kind of move it through this bad terrain. Now, it is going to be taken off next turn, so I'm trying to get it out here as far as we can just to eat up territory. As a matter of fact, let's move some of these over here too. When I say eat up territory, you know, it's 2 things. It's saving you movement points because we turn these into Axis hexes. It's also uncovering any potential Soviet units that may be hiding out here that we would have to send a unit back to deal with later. I don't think there was necessarily any hexes, you know, before they exit the map, which will be next turn. I don't think there were any hexes. I was thinking, oh gosh, I've got to go there. So I'm just kind of moving these around. We got them off this double rail, which was the, you know, kind of priority number 1. I wanted to make sure this double rail will eventually link up. You can see here that we do have a railroad labor detachment that has it's been attached to 6th Army. It's all the way back here. It's a full 15 of 15 away from 16th Army back here repairing rail. We should, I don't think we have, do we have any rail? No, we don't have any rail here, which is too bad, really. I used to like to put them in the security divisions. I want to make 1,000% sure that this security division does not get taken off the map. Now it does not, it says we're, you know, it doesn't say that it's going to, and you can see on these others, it says withdraw 7. So I don't have any reason to think, you know, that it will, other than, hey, it's a new game, it's still in beta. It's possible when all of these security units get taken off that their headquarters gets taken off too. Again, I don't think that's true, or at least I don't have any reason to believe it's true. But maybe, you know, maybe. I don't know. Um, I could bring one of these units down here. You can see a Soviet unit here. I think almost certainly it's retreating back. Um, all right, let's go ahead and bring him up here and straight down this double rail that we'll be trying to build out to the greatest extent possible. So he's with these units, okay. So we'll try to keep them all sort of consistent, and we'll move these towards Gomel. And the ones that are further back here will kind of go up here to be, you know, kind of holders, or at least one. At least one will set like here, so no Soviet units can go flying by us. We've got a little unit there. Okay. What is this? 53rd Corps. I just want to make sure. Okay, this is actually 35th Corps. 35th Corps. Who are you, sir? That is Kampfa, Rudolf Kampfa. Okay. Um, let's keep. Oh, he's in that unit. Sorry. There we go. Okay. We may come back and just do a hasty attack on that unit just because we can. First 10 turns, I'm always attacking, as everybody that's watched these pretty much knows, I think, at this point. Let's go ahead and move Kampfge up just in case we need his support units. Does he have any support units? I don't think so. We really haven't put many support units into Second Army. And so we got to grab some. It definitely flak. The Soviets might be running some flak at us. I wish we had some more mixed to throw in here. Do we have any mixed at all? If you're new to the series, these mixed, if it says mixed, it's got generally got the 88 millimeter guns, which for the Germans ended up becoming their best anti-tank guns. And so I try to get some of them in here for some free tank busters, but I'm not seeing any. So we're just gonna have to lock that with Komfka, or yeah, Comfe or Komfka. It is Comfe. I thought so. Okay, Comfe. Let's do a hasty attack there and see what we're dealing with. Okay, well, we're dealing with a pretty decent sized force, a 22. Let's do a hasty there, see what we're dealing with. Now you see 51st Tank. Well, I don't. Oh, that is 51st Tank. Okay, so 51st Tank was committed to the defense there. Okay, a little stronger down here than I was expecting. That's fun. Okay, great. Maybe I'll bring this unit. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to do many attacks here anyway. So let's go ahead and bring him across this river. Now we're to the major river that we have to get across. All right, we're going to have to do some stacking and some deliberate attacks here, which is fine. We could even maybe try to cross up here a little further north, but what's the fun of that? Let's we may triple stack right here and try to do a deliberate. Shoot, I can't quite get a deliberate attack in with him. So maybe he's the guy I bring up here and see what they got cooking. Okay, they do have more Soviet forces up here. So we are going to have to kind of protect against that a little bit. Um, let's back up for a second. Just see what we're dealing with here. I guess I kind of almost have to bring one of these up here a little bit, just so the Soviets don't get any crazy ideas. Um, I don't want to bring him up that far. Let's just put him right there. You know, just in case they had some idea of pushing up here and getting behind Fourth Army at all. It's far more important that we stop them from doing that than anything that we could do as far as, moving towards Gomel. That's certainly the case. That's a 3. You know what? I'll just wrap him around here. And maybe if they're weak here, we'll try to we'll try to go through in the north. Let's move you up here. We get everybody in command there. All right, so now they've come to the Dnieper as well. They'll try to hop it over here. We do have this one unit that can do a deliberate attack. Do we have any support units in 53rd Corps? This is Weisenberger. Let's go get some. Let's get two. Why am I picking the ones with 50? Let's get 100. Let's do that. We'll also do a heavy cannon. These are all out of OKH. We're kind of, whittling down whatever's left in OKH, which is fine. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like we should get it all. What's good is it doing in OKH? So I'll just actually go grab a fourth one or a fifth one, whatever that was. All right, that looks good. And let's do a deliberate attack right there, and we'll blow that unit out. Um, 39-26. That's a good routing, as they say in the war business. I don't think we can move anybody else. I think we've used it all up. But this looks good. You know, we've got this tank division here. We'll push through that. We'll either jump the river here to the south and come to Gomel this way, or we'll find a little weakness up here to the north and we'll pop over here. I just wanted to protect the flank of Fourth Army. We've got plenty of time with Second Army. Once we take Gomel, you know, the Soviets just couldn't even possibly have enough units out here to stop us from getting to Kursk with a whole army. Uh, Now you look at this. I mean, it's not the biggest army that the Germans have, but it's plenty big enough to get out to Kursk, and we just need to get out there by, you know, Kursk and Kharkov. We need to get out there by, let's say, turn 16 or so. What's it showing the historical date as for Kursk? Just what the heck? I hate when I do that. I'm on something and then I zoom in. There's Kursk. Okay, November 4th. All right. We've got plenty of time to get out there. What time or what day was Gomel taken? So it was like, that's Gomel, right? August 19th. Okay, so in about 3 weeks, in about 3 or 4 turns, the Germans were historically at Gomel. But as you can see, like in most places, you know, they made it here by August 26th. They didn't make it here, they just stopped. You know, they stopped here at the Desna River and they waited. Guderian was heading south. I think they were running some blocking for him. Um, but you know, we've got a full month, 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks before they moved ahead here and then into Kursk. So we've got, you know, we'll get here. What's the old song? The Beach Boys, you know, Aruba, Jamaica. I'm thinking of that because I'm in Aruba. It's like Aruba, Jamaica. But it's like we'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow, I think, is a line in that song. That's kind of what the Germans did here, right? They got here to the river in August. They're like, holy crap, we're all the way out at the Desna River. What do we do now? And so they sat here, they resupplied, they restocked, they got themselves together. But, you know, then it was another like 6, 8 weeks before they got out to Kursk. We're not going to do that. We're going to just keep slowly chewing forward. And so when you see some of these dates, don't be alarmed. Oh my gosh, we're 1 week late to Gomel. Well, that's okay. We've got like 6 weeks where the Germans just sat here. Um, okay. Now what? He says. Uh, we've got Second Army that's sitting here at Minsk. We'll eventually put that in Gomel. What's the Oh, perfect. It does have a level 2 rail yard. I just wanted to make sure. Now you can see the Soviets make arms and heavy industry here in Gomel. And so, you know, the more we can grab those. Now, a lot of those production facilities will retreat east as we come up to them, as we start to take these towns. But the more you can displace their production, the better. You know, it takes them a few turns to get that reset up back in the Ural Mountains or wherever the hell they go. And so, great. I mean, that, you know, awesome. If we can disrupt anything that they're making, it's fantastic. One other thing I wanted to do, I was looking at this, and there's a way, well, I may wait until we move the Panzers, but I think we can make this pocket a little better all with Fourth Army. I think that we can come around here, we can move him over one, and then I can move this down, and then we've got our full pocket. Now, I was talking about pockets being overrated, blah, blah, blah. It's still fun when you make one. Don't get me wrong, my friends. All right, so we're going to actually move him there. We're going to move, yeah, because I mean, who cares if they start to come down this way? They're still in the quote unquote pocket. And then we're going to move this guy here. I think that works. I think that works. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got this here. Their only way out, you know, quote unquote out is this way. Yeah, that's probably not a good move for them to move this way. I do wish I could move this guy back or somebody right here just in, you know, just because, I guess, I don't know, I'm overly cautious maybe. Uh, let's move that headquarters up there just to make sure. Hey, if they want to come back here and defend the Dnieper as we're already, you know, back here, feel free. Feel free. But I think that they're totally pocketed there now. That's 4 full divisions, I believe. The 55th Rifle, 18th Rifle, that's the 246th, and the 8th Moscow Militia Rifle Division. Oh, that sounds fearsome. Um, yeah, I think this all works. Let's just keep it just like that. Now, they may try to cut these units off, but that doesn't work anymore. It doesn't matter for freight reasons. I did it. Freight reasons, for their supply. Their freight, shit. Their freight will be coming through, they'll actually be getting it from Minsk, right? There's no way to cut off their freight from Minsk. It'll be coming up this way. Okay, let's get into the Panzers, he says. We're going to leave that unit there with movement points remaining. We have these two that could potentially attack there, but I think that's just being overly aggressive. And we're gonna move these Panzers. There's one back here. There it is. 267th. So we're gonna move the 267th first. Um, Now we could go there and stop and do a deliberate attack. All right. Well, that's not really what we're trying to accomplish here. We could go here and boost this unit up, have them both do a hasty attack and try to blow out these units. I need to get rid of this, and this. This is where I think they're weakest, right here, and it just so happens to be just south of the city. We don't have to attack across the river. We're going to try to blow this out and then move the panzers through here, okay? And so we've got to be really careful with where we're moving and what we're attacking with, etc., etc. So I think we're going to go right there with this unit. All right. Headquarters is not moved. This is von Schweppenberg. He does not really have any. Okay, we're going to get the construction battalions out of here. Let's do that first. Let's do second, send them up to second Panzer Group. All right, road construction up to 2nd Panzer Group. Okay, we're going to keep the Pioneer battalions here. Why is that? Well, these engineers, and this was brought up in the comments, which is a fair point. I've been moving some of these Pioneer battalions out. So it was a very good question. Don't they help you in cities or fortifications? Yes, they do. So to the extent you think you're going to be dealing with any fortifications or fort levels, like, let's look at this. Oh, I can't bring up the hex. Okay, let's assign support units first. Let's do, whoops, I keep doing that. Howitzers. Let's do some motorized. Oh, there is a motorized mixed flak. Hello, that's what I was looking for. And the Goering motorized mixed flak. Let's put that in there too, just in case we run into anything armored. Um, Sure, we'll do one more. Motorized light flak. Okay. Uh, right. Oh, I wanted to look at the, let's lock that in. I wanted to look at the support or the, gosh darn it, the fort level, Fort 1. So there's really, that's as low as it kind of goes with units sitting here. Sorry, I had to get a big drink of coffee before these attacks begin. This is massive stuff here. Now, one thing I want to bring up, and then I'm going to do the opposite thing, is once you get to this point in the game, do not be shy about doing deliberate attacks. I know a lot of people like to run around and just do hasty attacks because they're like, I got to save my movement points, movement is everything. Well, it is, but not necessarily with your infantry, okay? And so, to the extent that you can, once you get to this point in the game, whether it be here in the north, all right, or it be here in the center, do deliberate attacks. Make sure you move Soviet units before you worry about moving your units. I guess that's maybe the best general rule. Once we get out here to like turn 6, 7, 8, make sure you move the Soviet units before you worry about your own. Okay? Um, I think, oh gosh, now I've told you that and it's in my head. I was planning on just using these two on a hasty attack against this 5 of 5, right? But I'm afraid they're going to get reserves that get committed to this battle. So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to pick this unit, all right? and I'm going to pick deliberate attack, and then I'm going to go get this unit, and we're going to do a deliberate attack there, trying to make sure that we move these Soviets. It's very important we get them out of here. So let's do that. Okay, this all looks good. That all looks good. 17 to 1. Probably a little overkill, but you know, no pun intended, you want a little overkill out here. We've got to get a lane through here for our Panzers. So, okay, well, that worked like a beaut. Can we move again? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, not. We can't move them. We could move him, and I am going to need a force right down here, a holding force, because I am going to be moving. Um, I am going to be moving all of these motorized units here and up here, so we need to be able to hold the Soviets back right here. So let's move that infantry division right there. I like that. Um, that works out well, actually. And it works well to have these two units sitting here kind of in moss, to delay any kind of Soviet counterattack. Um, as I say that, though, I may move the one down here. We got to remember we've got some movement points right there that we can use. Okay, so now we've got, what, two or three other infantry units, and we got to get them in the 2nd Panzer. Let's get them right here. This is maybe the most important hex of this entire... Oh, we've actually got three more. Good. I was getting a little worried that maybe we, you know, got to be careful here. Um, let's move that there. All right. Every one of these should have a deliberate attack left. And let's go back to this headquarters. Okay. Now this headquarters is commanding no one. Here is Guderian. He's sitting here. He's got a rail unit back here. For some reason, they're showing him connected to 4th Army. It's just a little bug in the game. He's not actually connected to 4th Army. Um, He is now at 35 at 45 away from Army Group Center. So I'm just kind of, sizing all of this up. We've got this headquarters, which is the infantry headquarters under von Schweppenberg. We've now put these units in their support units. Okay. We've then got the 46th Motorized Corps. That's under von Wettenghoff. 16 and 1. These guys are just tearing it up. He's got his support units. Excellent. All right. Let's look for the other command headquarters. There it is. Okay. And that's under Lemelson, who's also an excellent mech general, or at least he was in the old game. Let's look. I guess I haven't looked at him that much. He's 6, 6, 6, and 6. Okay, well, he's not as good in this game. I feel like Lemelson was 7s in some of those things in the previous game, but I could be wrong about that. Let's get construction out of here. We'll put them back in 2nd Panzer Group. Yeah, there we go. We've got a Pioneer Battalion. We got Mixed Flak. He's got everything I like in here. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like their command is looking quite good. Now we've got this unit, or these 3 units, okay, and we're going to try to knock these out of here. All 3 of them, 3 full German divisions attacking here into this hex. Let's see what happens. Excellent. Okay, so we got a routed retreat. 7,300 men, a lot of guns. I didn't even, you know what? I do want to go see that battle for just a second, so just bear with me. Um, Get on there. I want to see the battle. There we go. All right, let's look on this and what we had going on. Von Schweppenberg, he looks very serious there. Kozin looks about as Soviet as you can look Soviet. 167th Infantry, 115 in there. The 45th gave us 100. It's light flak, it's howitzers, all got in there. Now we did mix corps here, right? Up here we had the 24th motorized. Down here we had the 40th. Oh, that's it. Where's the 24th motorized corps? Well, shit. Hopefully I had support. Well, I do have support units in here because they got committed. Um, oh, this was the 1st Cavalry Division. That's right. I should have mentioned that. We had the Cavalry Division in this attack, and that gave us some Panzer Recon. Okay. We had a lot of planes involved. We did lose 13 bombers, but you know what? I'll take that. What the heck else are you saving your bombers for, except for a big, massive attack just south of Smolensk? This is why you have bombers, and so use them. And Kesselring was here on the field. Let's show details. Um, I'm not going to go through all this. Basically, what I wanted to see is, what kind of values we were getting here. It ended up being 210 to 31. Raw value was 304 to 166. There was a one fort level here. We did have engineers involved, although I'm not seeing them what they did necessarily here. Well, they probably got rid of that fort value. But anyway, excellent, excellent result for us there. Now that did cause 2 delay movement points. I've decided I always want to show that. It's very important. Let's turn the roads on as well. Now what do we have left here? The cavalry, I would like to move this unit. Where can the cavalry go though? Here comes the cavalry. Uh, we also still have this unit. And now see, it can't get into that hex. I think what I'm going to do is move it forward there. All right. It's still got 8 movement points. It's still in command. I'm going to hold down shift here for deliberate. I'm going to bring in the cavalry if we can, and we're going to do a deliberate attack there, and we send them flying. All right, retreated 2 routes, 31, 73, 90, and 39. Big, big, big victory for us there. Okay, now we still have a little movement left with the cavalry. Let's move them forward, mainly for stacking reasons. We're going to have a stacking issue up here at some point. I may end up moving this unit back 1. I may move this one forward 1. We've got that other unit that still has movement points. But before we do all that, why don't we take this motor? Now, see, we're behind Smolensk. We actually have a full lane to, up this double rail, completely cut off Smolensk. We could do that, he says as he ponders whether he should. But I think, first of all, we need to get rid of these units right here, blow them out. We can always get there, right? We can always get there because we have this little one with 50 movement points. So we know we can get there, right? Let's bring you up and let's bring you up. They're both in 46th motorized. And you may say, well, with motorized, maybe you should do a hasty there. No, my friends, as I gave you my big speech earlier, let's deliberate attack there and send them on their way. 12,000 men. Now we were talking about pockets earlier, and should you be trying to pocket troops? Should you be trying to rout them? I said this in my comment in reply. Again, I appreciate the comments. I mean, that's what the comments are there for, is to talk about the game. But as I said there, if there is a unit to route and you know you can route it, route it. Don't worry about keeping it in some imaginary pocket that may never form. For one thing, I think it's better gameplay. For the second, for point two, it's probably way more historic, right? Do you think the Germans sat here and thought, well, we've got this little Soviet unit right here behind Smolensk. We're about to blast through here, but I really would like to go around here and get and surround him. I mean, that's just not how warfare works, right? They're going to constantly be trying to move forward if they can. If they see units that they can move like that, they're going to move them. And so just keep blasting away. Okay. I'm just going to see, look at that, a 61, a 16, but they were defending the wrong things. We're through here now. We know we can get here if we want to. We could do it right now with this unit, but I'm kind of holding him back because he's got a full 50 movement points. So I'm going to see where else we can move Panzers. For instance, we can get this bad boy up here. This guy's got a lot of movement points, 37. Ooh, we could get him there with 11 left. I like that. Or here with 17 left. But if he's here, let's look at this hex. Where is the river exactly? Minor river southeast and southwest. Okay, he's over the river there. The reason I'm looking at, he's got more movement points here, right? but he would be attacking across this river if that's what we were going to do. So I'm going to move him there. Okay, and so we've got a unit there. We've got some there. All right. Do we have anything else motorized? As you guys know, if you watch these, I like to attack with my motorized as opposed to attacking with my straight panzers. He's there. Can he go there? There. He can go here with a lot of points left. It just shoot. I mean, we're moving into Soviet zone of control across the river. I think shit. There's some swamp here somewhere. It eats up a lot of movement points. But if we brought both of these guys up here, oh, that 50 is the headquarters. Okay, well, shit. I'm glad that that didn't hurt us at all. I was reading that as being 50 on the motorized, but it's just showing you the one in the stack that has the most. This has got 32. Um, oh, he'll still have 6 left there. Right. Well, I don't want to get in a situation where I'm triple stacked there and can't move anything else in, but I don't think this unit can even get there. So let's move him there. Right. And then let's move this guy here. And with him, okay, well, excellent. He gave us the recon that I was wanting. So now we know that's a 37, that's a 7. Guess where we're going? We're going straight down this rail line. Even though there is swamp right there, I think this is a clear hex. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, you say, well, wasn't that your plan? Sure, sure it was. You got to adapt. Um, we could come here or there. Okay, that's good to know. We could bring him here, but he would have 0 left. Or here's our big moves, right? And I'm trying to kind of save them. Now he could move back through here, or he could get all the way through to here. I may put him there. I get that it's swamp. I get that he'll only have 1 movement point left. I'm going to wait on it, but I think that's probably the best place to put him. But what I'm going to do right now, are both of these guys in command? Yes, they are. Okay, we're going to click on both of them. Now, as I said, I like to generally attack with my motorized. I generally like to do deliberate attacks when I'm in a situation like this. We're going to do a hasty attack, maybe. Let's see. I don't think we can even do yeah, we don't have enough movement points to do a deliberate because this 6, it's not enough because we're in a Soviet zone of control. I don't even know if we wanted to just deliberate with the 11, could we do it? No. Okay. So let's do a hasty attack right here. Now they're probably going to get, let's think, Dojo. Let's think. This is one of the more important moves of the game, I do believe. In a chess match, this is where I go pacing about, uh, cursing in Russian. Um, can I move him? I just want to see if I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that I don't want this to be a pregnant pause. Let's go ahead and move him there and we'll attack with all 3. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but if we're going to do a hasty attack, I'd rather absolutely overwhelm them. So let's hit there. Now let's see how many tanks we lose. Oh God, that would be my dream if yeah, we just blew them square out of here. I mean, they had 13. We only lost 1 tank. Goodness gracious, that's a great result for us. Okay, excellent. And now the 3rd Panzer can start moving down the rail line and look at all of the routed units we have here. Hello, we'll be at Moscow by tea time. Maybe not, but I just like to get excited about it. Okay, so this is the unit. We could take him here. Can he get, God dang it. I want to get him there. That would just seal this move. Where can he go? He can only go to there. He can only go to there. Okay, we're going to put him there. I don't want to triple stack all these places because we've still got 3rd Panzer to blow through here. Can he? Dang it. I want him to get there. This guy we're going to bring this way. Second Panzer, we're going to move this way. I mean, we're in the middle of the Garstern swamp, but that's okay. This guy, 17th Panzer, what's he on his TOE? 70. Okay, so he's kind of at that lower boundary. I may just have him kind of, I don't know, hang back here a little bit. There's no reason. I mean, we're through. We're through, and we're going to be moving straight down this rail line. Um, let's put him right there. We'll triple stack them. He's still got movement points, so we could always move him if it becomes an issue. Let's get the guy that's got 5 movement points, and let's get him across the river. Sure. Okay, we'll put him there. Let's just clean up some of this stuff. Okay, so he's still got movement points. He could go here, that infantry, or he could go there, or he could go there, for that matter. I may want him right there. Let's put him right there. Okay, everybody's in command. That all works. Ha ha! Okay, okay. Now then, what do? We've got second that has engineered a breakthrough. Now we don't know what this is exactly. These guys should have to start dropping back here. They may start dropping back here, but they got to hop a river. They've got to get into this fort. We're going to be past them. They can't keep up with us. They're infantry. They don't have as many movement points as we do. They're in our zone of control. We're threatening an encirclement. I mean, Fourth Army is going to be moving out here next turn, right? We've got this all pocketed. Um, Hot dang, you seen me get all. This is what gets me worked up, boys. Uh, Sorry, I had to say goodbye to the wife. Yes, my dear. Yes, yes. The good things are happening on the Eastern Front. I know that you care. Anyway, okay, moving forward. Let's move our Panzer divisions. Okay, see, I mean, third pan. Look how far they can go, right? He can get all the way out here, and then we're gonna go around 37. Maybe we maybe come here and then up. Or maybe we just take it straight up the rail line and we'll get around him some way. But we're just going to start bringing all of these guys through this gap. And I mean, to let them fly. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how far we can go. Now, we do have these straight up Panzer divisions down here. How far can he go? Oh, he can get all the way out here too. Ooh, this is going to be nice. This is going to be nice. Now, what do these Soviet divisions, we talk about pockets, right? What do these Soviet divisions do? What would you do, right? I'd get the heck out of here. Why would you hold, oh, we're just going to sit down in Smolensk? That's just not human nature. You have Germans that are, back here. You hear them singing German folk songs, 20 clicks to your right or to your north. What are you going to do? You're going to get the heck out of there. I would imagine that's how the old AI used to play. I would imagine that's how this AI is going to play. Okay, we'll bring him all the way down here, up and around. And this guy, we may give him a little rest. He was hurting a little bit. He's breathing heavily. He's only got 23 movement points. Sure. We'll just bring him right there and give him a little bit of a rest. We'll get our headquarters up here. Now, one nice thing is, yeah, we're moving these a long ways, but they're not in combat this time, and so they can get a little bit of a breather, right? I mean, it's not as if they're doing nothing. They're going about, 80 kilometers here, probably more, 120 kilometers. So I'm kind of surprised he can't get somewhere. I wish he could. But this is fine. I'm certainly not going to complain about how this is shaping up. Bring you. I don't know. How about right there? We'll kind of give him a little bit of a break. This guy's got 40. Um, This was week 2. I was thinking about going right through here or breaking right there. That would have been another option, but this has worked out better than I even had hoped. I wish I could move one of these guys up. Well, I'm in a Soviet zone of control here, and so, and this is into a swamp. Can I move one of them back though? Can I move somebody back? What's Das Reich doing? Can you go here? No. I mean, I've still got this division with 22 movement points. He can't get out here? Seems like he should be able to get over here, I would think, but no. All right, well, some of these guys are just going to get a little bit of a breather this time around, and I'm fine with that. You could hold them back here so they're not getting attrition. Um, Maybe I will do that, actually. They may try to counterattack here, though, to get behind us, but I mean, look at this, really. I mean, what are the, we're double, triple stacked with full Panzer divisions. If they do that, they would just get absolutely into the meat grinder there. Um, okay, I guess he can't get up here. I was hoping he could, but that's fine. We'll just stack him here with his buddies. These guys can be sitting around drinking German ale. They should have a lot of movement points next time because I mean we've got a depot right here. We've got a fully functioning depot right here now at Orsha. Now the rail yard is hurt. We got to hope that we don't miss that dice roll. But even if we do, we've got rail stock here at Vitebsk. Vitebsk at 62. Okay. As a matter of fact, Third Panzer Group, I want you to pull down as much construction as you can. Um, okay, and we're going to have them work on Vitebsk as much as possible. I think Second Panzer Guderian has already, yeah, I mean he's got just a mass, right, of stuff. I'm tempted to put the rail into Fourth Army with the other two because Fourth Army's back here a little bit. Maybe we'll do that next turn. I know that I've got all the Second Panzer Group in command, just in case they get counterattacked. It's important, right? Because they could get support units if they're in command. I think I do want to move him across the river or up, or not, it's not across the river, but up a little bit. That all looks good. Um, Make sure that Ninth Army is all on side. That looks good. Okay, now we start to get into what needs to move. What happens if he goes right there? Does he get everybody on or not? Oh, he does. Okay, okay. So they will get support units if they get counterattacked. I'm expecting some kind of major counterattack there, but sure, bring it on, bring it on. Um, as I said, I mean, they would lose just 10, 15,000 men if they try to counterattack there and not even move us. So, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. Okay, everybody's on. Man, this looks good. If we back up, you see now, here it is, the bulge. But we're gonna do one of two things, depending on how the Soviets react to that. I expect them fully to retreat out of Smolensk, and that will become our main base of operations in the center. If they retreat like kind of this way, okay, we may just take everybody this way and then up. If they retreat kind of to the north and try to hold this line and do that, we're going to say, great, fight the Ninth Army. Third Panzer is going to go here. We're going to threaten encirclement, and we'll bring Fourth Panzer this way to threaten the encirclement of, what, 30 or 40 Soviet divisions if they all go this way. Um, if not, if they do go this way, I think we will bring them here. If they do go this way, then we'll bring Second Panzer here. Um, and we'll just let Fourth Army and Second Army deal with all of this crap. Whatever it does, they would be falling back this way. That's what we want. Let's do the pencil. Yes, I wanted to do that before the episode was over. What we want is these guys to retreat back here, these guys to retreat back here, these guys to retreat here, here, you know, here. And what happens? Well, they're defending places that have no strategic value, right? Because what we want is here, Smolensk, here, here on Peskov, Gomel maybe down in here. But if we can get them to retreat here and here, whether we make a pocket or not is kind of immaterial. I mean, they're just, they can have 2 million men sitting here defending 2 air bases. So okay, go for it. You got it, guys. You win. You win. Defend the castle. So anyway, this has been an absolute blast. I love Panzer play, and I love to try to make these breakthroughs, but I think we've really, really got them in a pickle here in the middle. If I was playing the Soviets, I would look at this situation and you could do one of two things. I think you could say, okay, we're going to go to the last man in Smolensk and try to slow them down for a turn or two. I think realistically, historically, etc., they would try to get out of here. I mean, that's again, it's just human nature. You would say this is not defensible anymore. But if I was the Soviet player, I would try to go retreat back to Moscow. Okay, but the more they do that, they weaken this line, and Ninth Army can really start to make some time up to Moscow. Um, but I think that's their best move is to retreat this way and to try to get up and around before our motorized can get through here. But we can always just keep moving up this way just a little, right? And keep these guys to our south and east. Um, but they could push us into worse terrain if they do that. Now, the terrain up here is not terrible, and we've got a big road system. We've got a lot of clear hexes. We've got light woods. I always kind of look for light woods because your motorized do okay in there. It's a hell of a lot better than heavy woods, of course. Uh, you know, Look at that. Oh gosh, that looks nice for Panzers. Um, but yeah, as a Soviet player, I think I would try to retreat straight back here and try to get these guys moved out and around. But that just gives us more and more territory. The more we threaten encirclement, the more they have to retreat. My guess is what they're going to do is retreat right back up here, and that plays right into our hands, really. So anyway, this has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Thanks for stopping by. I really, really enjoyed this one. Hopefully, you did too. Maybe learned something. Hell, I learned something this time. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good one.